How's it going, YouTube? Andy Sins about to ingest a whole bottle of Bias laxatives, take a seat on your couch, and leave a very biased mess all over that bad boy in the form of a record review. Welcome back to the State of the Sound Union. Toronto, however you say that shit, they birthed a giant. A very loud, very kick-ass giant. I am talking about the Cancer Bats. The Cancer Bats are at the speaker again, folks. Having just released album number 8. That's right. Album number 8 called Give Me Dirt. This past Friday, August the 7th. Under exclusive license to Dynalone Records. New Damage Records was involved. Marshall Records was involved. Bat Skull Records, involved in ensuring this slugfest sees the light of day, and it is a slugfest, folks. I've always looked at the Bats as a hardcore band, but they have a knack for pounding on the metal door. And Give Me Dirt is certainly that. Hardcore is great for collaborations. Kurt Ballou produced this bad boy. Ever heard of Converge? And speaking of which, Nate Newton, he also does a guest appearance. Nate also plays in the band Converge. You've also got Chris Questwell of the Flatties. You've also got Canadian singer Brooklyn Doran and Ephraim Schultz of Death by Stereo. Any band in the hardcore punk world whose experience speaks to longevity is absolutely incredible. Oh, I should have mentioned Zach Weeks also produced this record. But as I was saying, any band in the hardcore punk world whose experience speaks to longevity is absolutely incredible. It takes commitment, it takes camaraderie, it takes, some fucking talent. 8 albums in, Liam's voice still powerful as fuck. Still creativity in the music. Mikey, still an absolute monster on those drums. Jay, still very strong in the mix. And you know me, I am all about that bass. Liam, he touches on themes that are introspective and relatable. And, while the Cancer Bats have always been a relatively tight outfit, you can tell that they don't take themselves overly seriously. You can tell that they're there for what they most likely sought in the first place, which is to have fun. And I think that's important. Watch their videos, the singles that have come out, and how they tell a story is a fine example, right? It's exactly what I'm talking about. Having fun while still kicking some serious ass. Some standout tracks. This was kind of a hard one because honestly, they're all fucking good. I'm not kidding. Bright Eyes of Gold. Musically, it's fucking an absolute demolition fest. I'll admit it though, I'm a total fanboy for anything Flatliners. So with Cresswell on there, punk points. Give Me Dirt. The slow building progression of the opening guitar riff, it's so fucking dirty, and then there's like this industrial type sound on those drum cymbals at the beginning as well. Title track, fucking magic, friends. And then I also really like Feels Like You. It's another collab. This one with Ephraim. Fools Like You. Fuck am I doing? Fools Like You. Another collab with Ephraim from Death by Stereo. Definitely a punk rock vibe to this one. Fast, hard, absolutely friggin' lethal. I am so glad that this band exists, and I want to give a quick shout out to my old buddy Dan Lang for introducing Birthing the Giant to me all those years ago. I'd never heard of the Bats. There's this dude coming from like Niagara, Ontario. He's telling me about this band called the Cancer Bats. And, back then I was pretty naive, pretty ignorant, perhaps rigid in my musical taste. And he shows me this shit and instantly I'm just blown away by Pneumonia Hawk. So very glad that these guys are still doing it, and they're still doing it well, folks. 4 out of 5 union votes, no problem on this record. The Bats are just finishing up a couple English spots. And then they've got Barrie, they've got Oshawa, they've got Windsor coming up, and then back to the UK. If you have any sense about you and the opportunity, sense plus opportunity equals go and see the fucking Cancer Bats. As I said, Cancer Bats, Give Me Dirt, August 7th, 2026. 4 out of 5 union votes. You have got to lap this up, people. So go do that. And while you're doing that, take care of each other. Take care. We'll see you again on the State of the Sound Union. Peace.